What's the decision?
You wouldn't for the right price?
Damn.
Okay, I'm standing in roads.
Little toadies. The little toadies.
Okay.
What's the decision airstrike and then a hand cannon over here?
Nice to see some new faces through here.
Jippy, hand cannon.
Yeah, I'm about you. Be careful, we had a 600 in here.
Mexican pizza. Mexican pizza. Yeah, sure, I'll bet. Oh, then I'm good.
This is a hairy one, I'm afraid. Not hairy in a nice way. We have a wagon that needs to get up to Emerald Ranch. There are some bad elements on the road. How many of our drivers will touch this route?
$19 Fortnite card.
Okay, I'll get you over there.
I'm YouTube. Fixing to put my Twitch name in my YouTube. Okay. I gotta be careful, gotta be careful, gotta be careful.
Headshot.
I'll get it when I come back.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I just saw a shot go right by me.
Hairpin.
Behind you, behind you.
I am driving fast.
There's someone by me. Someone by me back. Yo, buy me back.
I'm not stopping for anything. I was running over him. I was fixing to run over him. Yes. We're having cheeseburger and french fries for dinner. Seasoned fries, I think, Mom said. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Move, 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 move. I don't want to run over that horse of yours. Uh-huh.
Keep over the hill.
It's back and I'm not sure. I'm focusing on driving because I...
Come on.
Move, move, move.
It's just two full team talk.
We're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there, yay.
Probably over there somewhere. I have a satchel. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, do the hidey too.
I'm waiting till the time goes down.
Hey, you know you ski, right, man? Skippy. Find that. Cut him down. If you have the recharge one, just have unlimited on until you 60 stuff. Here they come.
You're a collectible? The wagon will be okay.
Dude, you just had... Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags. Yep. Mr. Moneybags. We got a Mr. Moneybags. Do what? You said... We're in the safe zone.
judgment and
I know you are. I didn't do the fireworks with my family last night. I had a freaking headache and Mom wasn't feeling good. My eyes hurt and I had a headache. I feel better now. It's just I didn't do fireworks last night with my freaking family. Yeah. And then my cousin's husband's truck got blew up by a firework last night. I'm like, oh God. Because people don't know how to... The back of it got catched on fire. Like, the back of it, and... Yeah, they have insurance on it, but the back of it got caught on fire because of freaking firework. People need to point their firework up more, not just point them like, yeah. It hurt the truck that nobody got hurt. They had to jump out. The baby had to jump out. His wife had to jump out, and him had to jump out. They all had to jump out. Well, the baby didn't have to jump. Well, the baby had to jump out because the baby was a toddler. His mom took him out. But I don't know what type of insurance they have, but it was boom, 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 after boom, 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 boom last night because it was the 4th. I know it was the 4th last night. I'm not saying fireworks, you know, but it was boom, boom, boom after boom, boom, boom last night. And, yeah. Fields were being lit on fire by fireworks. Somebody got shot in the arm last night. Another field got shot. Another field got lit on fire. A freaking tree possibly got lit on fire by a freaking firework. It was chaos. They were like, okay, I'm going back to roads too. Yeah.
Am I being harassed? Alright guys, I'll talk to you later.
Why? Supper's done! Horsey! Pause, man. Pause, man. I see you. I see you. I didn't do it. Okay. I didn't do it. It was Paul, the sniffing pillow. Yeah, the sniffing PJs. Panda, 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 panda. It's almost time's up. I was watching Lucifer a while ago, and the cop stopped Lucifer, and he tried to bribe Lucifer.
No.
I watched Fuller House and I started freaking crying. I was like, oh, I forgot this show had wanting you gotta get some tissues at that show because it's a Carlian show. I'm like, oh god, I haven't watched Fuller House in a long time. Fuller House is a good show, man. Fuller House is a freaking good show. She is crazy. She's go home. I forgot his freaking name too. My thing is by Blackwater. I don't know what. Blackwater. I don't know why I'm saying Blackberry for. Okay, I'll meet you there. I haven't. Never mind. Nutella. I used all my Nutella recently. I need some more. I love Nutella. Nutella was my favorite. I'm getting rained on. I'm getting rained on. We are not sniffing PJ's paw. Not sniffing PJ's paw. Mm-mm. No, that's Paul's the PJ job. That Lightning's job. Lightning and the thunder, thunder. Remember Joe used to say that? How old are you, Lightning? Too old? Young blood? Did you just call me a young blood? Yeah. Where's the thing at? Yeah. It's a hairbrush. Kish, 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 kish. There's still an app called Reddit. Where did I get my guns at? Let's go back to Rhodes and see if the I don't even know. The thing that I wanted to do, caravan mission, is fuckity fucking fuckity 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 fuck. Can't even freaking talk. We have to go to my camp. I could. I'm going to do that. And tall trees. Put it where? Scarlet Meadows. Okay. It's nighttime. Don't want no bunnies. I can't even see hardly. Freaking, they need to get daytime. Yeah. I'm running. Monkey, I'm here. Okay, make some. What did you make? Let's go hunting then. Yeah, that it's my thing too. $19 Fortnite card, 8 subs. Well, E's awake. I don't know about D. D's probably not awake. D's probably sleeping. I think you're going nowhere. Oh, I gotta get my fucking dinner. I'll be right back, bro. Don't do anything I wouldn't do when I'm not.
bullshit.
Damn.
One across the way.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the
That's fucking bullshit.
kicking. Freaking snipers. See what that building right
Do what? Yeah, let's go. Some friends you know? Yes, it's French fry. I sent you guys my food, a picture of my food. Ain't it look yummy? It's cheeseburgers. I know you're fat. I know you're a butt nugget.
Imagine dying in 2025? Literally could never be me, bro. Can we buy loadouts in this one?
Casual.
Oh, there's a lot of blueberries in this game. There's two more. There's two blueberries. Good. What if they're disappeared because they can disappear because they're hackers? We just want to kill something. We don't want to be fiery. I don't know what to say. Lamb's on Red Dead.
Running your business on the go just got easier with the QuickBooks mobile app.
I didn't know you can find
QuickBooks users have seen up to 6
lamb, sheep.
Hey everybody, Vic here from Tales Trails. This is the location video for sheep in Red Dead Redemption 2 story. If you head over near Emerald Ranch near the train station, quite often you find the sheep
Emerald Ranch.
in the mornings. And a load of sheep. Also around here is a border collie who uses to...
It said Emerald Ranch.
So, yeah, there's here and also Emerald Ranch.
I can watch a video. I don't know. What would you do with the dead snake? Yeah. Lobby is almost full. There's a 359 in here if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah. I'm eating. Go away. Go away. Go away. I'll give you what's left of my food later. I'm eating. Don't look at me like that. Don't whine at me. It's always my dog. He's like, he looks at me like he wants my food, and I'll give him my food later, but I'm eating my food right now. Don't kill the leader. I haven't killed the leader. I want to loot him. I want to loot him. I want to loot him. Drop him. I need to drop him. I need to loot him. Drop him. Now loot him. I looted him and... What the fuck is... I thought I looted the leader. I spared him. Why is he going in the water? Sounds like anonymous. I get to loot them. I'm a loot goblin. What the fuck was that? Did you not see that alligator that was close to us? Okay. I'm full. Do you not see that alligator though? I'm such a loot goblin. Let's go. What is that?
Why you hating on you? Why you hating on you? Huh?
There's dynamite over here.
Yep, fine. Man, that's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Let me get on back your horse. Who the fuck is Red Eye? It sounded like anonymous for a second there. I am not sure. I don't keep up with M's shit. Like, as soon as they threw me out the group, I don't keep up with their shit. But that freaking name kinda sounds familiar. That freaking name kinda sounds familiar. Okay. Okay, I am done eating. I ate a little bit of my cheeseburger, a little bit of fries. What's gonna end bad? Is that not what she's playing today? Is that why your mom is not playing today? Brenda! I need a hair tie because my hair is starting to get on my nerves. The thing is, I do not know exactly where it is. I left it I left it somewhere. And then I don't know where it is. Gonna cry? No, I'm not gonna cry. She has short hair. I have the longest. I see it on the floor. It fell, I guess. I had a fucking dream last night. Not in that way, Paul. Not in that way. I'll be right back.
Underneath your pillow. Butter your pillowcase.
Okay, I'm back. I had a freaking dream that someone told me I was no good, that I was a nobody. What would you say that dream interpret that dream as, you know? Bro, did you hear me? I'm gonna have to look it up. Can we do the thing first and then we'll start your posse? Forgot what it was. It was at the roads. We'll find it at the roads. Caravan mission. How far is my wagon? I'm going to Rhodes and see if I can do a caravan mission. Ooh, a caravan mission, yes.
Well, here it is. I can guarantee certain coaches won't be here to go. I cannot guarantee they will.
You said go ahead and do it, so I did.
Heading from Rhodes to LeBron that has got to get there. So you are going to jump up on the driver's box and try and make sure of that. Okay, come on.
We'll get over here fast. Lightning left the party. Did not tell any of us. Okay. What the fuck is happening? Yeah. Oh. Or we can, or we can play GTA. There's a freaking card over there. There's a freaking card over there at that by that church. We can get later. We're in the swamp. I haven't even finished GTA Story Mode at all. Bada boom. Haven't. There's something over here. A card. That's... It's collectible day. There's a flower right here. A vanilla flower. What? Yeah. Paul is over there in Brenda's chat. In another chat. Come here, my horse. My horse is fucking glitched. My horse is fucking glitched. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Do we have hackers in this session? Like, yeah. I don't even, if we do, I don't want to even know. I don't want to even freaking know. I'm feeding my horse. You're a good witch instead of a bad witch. Mm-hmm. What do you mean bye-bye? Bye-bye! Can you boot anyone offline? Yeah, they are. People are mean and vicious, and they don't know when to stop. I think my leg fell asleep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm getting back on the wagon in case we have to go. Drinking on the job. Drinking on the job. Are you?
Damn.
4 minutes. We did it! Peace, not violence. Oh god, there's a 6 or 500. We can do yours now. There we go. Okay. Okay.
difficult personality, Derek's phone buzzed with a text message from an unknown number behind the rose garden. Come alone. Important information about today. Derek excused himself from the photo session, walking toward the back of the country club grounds, where an elaborate rose garden provided privacy from the main event areas. He found a young woman waiting nervously by the fountain, someone Derek didn't recognize, but who clearly knew him.
Maybe not quite the same, but more or less.
Mr. Whitmore, I'm Jessica Chong, Connor Blaze's studio assistant. She looked around nervously. I needed to warn you about something. Derek felt his pulse quicken. What kind of warning? Connor has been planning something for today. He's going to be here at the wedding, even though he wasn't invited. Mrs. Whitmore arranged for him to attend as Marlena Crenshaw's guest. Jessica's words tumbled out quickly. They're planning to create some kind of scene during reception. Something about making you lose your temper in public. Derek studied Jessica's face, reading genuine concern. Why are you telling me this? Because I've been watching what they're doing to your daughter. Connor showed me pictures of Emma, talked about how she was competition for Mrs. Whitmore's attention. He's been encouraging your wife to diminish Emma's confidence. Jessica's voice broke slightly. Mr. Whitmore, they've been planning to destroy your relationship with your daughter as part of their strategy. It's sick. Derek felt the cold rage crystallize into something harder and more focused. Jessica, where exactly is Connor planning to make his appearance? During the father-daughter dance. Mrs. Whitmore told him you always dance with MI at family events. That would be the perfect moment to interrupt and claim she's neglecting her marriage for her children. Dara processed this information, understanding Holly's strategy completely now. She would use Derek's love for Emma against him, turning a tender father-daughter moment into evidence of his inappropriate priorities and poor judgment. Jessica, I need you to do something for me. Can you document Connor's presence here today? Photographs, video, if possible. Already planning on it. This whole thing is wrong, Mr. Whitmore. Your daughter doesn't deserve any of this. Derek returned to the wedding preparations with complete clarity about what he was facing. Holly, Trevor, Connor, and the Crenshaw family had coordinated an elaborate trap designed to destroy his reputation and justify taking Emma away from him. They'd weaponized the family celebration, turning his son's wedding into a battlefield where Derek's love for his daughter would be used as evidence against him. But Derek Whitmore had spent his career anticipating and countering elaborate deceptions. Holly and her accomplices had made a critical error. They'd underestimated the man they were betraying and overestimated their own cleverness. As guests began arriving to the ceremony, Derek spotted Connor among them, dressed in expensive suit and staying close to Marlena Crenshaw. Vincent Torino was positioned strategically to document events from multiple angles. Holly was radiant and charming, playing the role of devoted mother and wife, while positioning herself for the performance of her life. Derek found Emma sitting alone on a bench, watching other wedding guests with the careful observation of a child who'd learned to read adult moods for her own protection. How are you doing, sweetheart? Everyone keeps staring at my dress, Emma said quietly. Maybe it really is too fancy. Derek sat beside his daughter, taking her small hand in his. Emma, I'm going to tell you something important. Some people in our family haven't been treating you the way they should. They've been saying things to make you doubt yourself because they're jealous of how special you are. Emma looked up at Derek with wide eyes. What do you mean? I mean that you deserve to feel beautiful and confident and loved. Anyone who tries to make you feel otherwise is wrong, even if they're family. Derek paused, choosing his words carefully. Today might be difficult. People might say or do things that don't make sense. But I need you to remember that you belong here. You deserve to be here. And you have every right to look as beautiful as you do. Emma nodded solemnly. Are you and Mom really getting divorced? I think that's very likely, sweetheart. But that doesn't change how much I love you or how important you are to me.
Peace, not
Will I have to
violence.
Derek looked into his daughter's eyes. His own eyes reflected back at him and made a promise he intended to keep regardless of the cost. Emma, you will never have to choose between people who love you. I will make sure of that. The wedding ceremony was about to begin, and Derek knew the real performance was yet to come. Holly's trap was elaborate and carefully planned, but Derek had been fighting wars since before she'd learned to lie convincingly. Tonight, everyone involved in this betrayal would discover why Derek Whitmore had never lost a battle that mattered to him. Chapter 5. The Wedding Day Revelation. The wedding ceremony proceeded like a beautiful lie wrapped in expensive flowers and false smiles. Derek sat in the front row watching Trevor exchange vows with Ashley, but his attention remained fixed on the audience's positioning. Connor Blaze sat 3 rows back with Marlena Crenshaw, occasionally catching Holly's eye and nodding subtly. Vincent Torino had positioned himself with perfect sightlines to document whatever scene Holly planned to create. Emma sat beside Derek in her navy dress, unconsciously leaning against his arm for comfort as she watched her brother's wedding. To any observer, they looked like a devoted father and daughter sharing a family milestone. Derek knew Holly intended to weaponize this very image against him later. Judge Crenshaw performed the ceremony with theatrical gravitas, occasionally glancing toward Derek with assessing eyes. The entire Crenshaw family was clearly invested in today's outcome beyond their daughter's happiness. They were witnessing the setup for a financial opportunity that would benefit them through Trevor's marriage and Holly's divorce proceedings. "You may kiss the bride," Judge Crenshaw announced. And Trevor and Ashley sealed their union with a kiss that drew enthusiastic applause from the assembled guests. During the receiving line, Derek observed Holly's performance masterfully. She hugged Trevor with maternal pride, welcomed Ashley warmly into the family, and played the role of devoted wife when photographers captured moments with Derek. But when the cameras weren't focused on them, Holly's demeanor shifted to cold distance. "Beautiful ceremony," Connor Blaze said when he reached Derek in the receiving line. "I'm Marlena's guest, Connor Blaze, sculptor." Derek shook Connor's hand, noting the man's firm grip and calculating eyes. "Derek Whitmore, thank you for celebrating with us. Your daughter looks lovely," Connor added, his gaze moving to Emma with an expression Derek couldn't quite read. Very mature for her age. The comment felt loaded with meaning Derek didn't yet understand, but he filed it away with growing unease. "Emma is special. Children often are," Connor replied cryptically before moving on. The cocktail hour provided Derek with opportunities to observe the conspiracy's players in action. Holly circulated among guests with unusual animation, accepting compliments on the wedding while subtly steering conversations toward Derek's work schedule and dedication to the family. She was laying groundwork for the scene to come. "Derek works so hard for us," Derek heard Holly tell a group of neighbors. "Sometimes I worry he gets too focused on work and misses what's happening right in front of him." Trevor moved among his college friends and Ashley's family, playing the role of devoted son while making subtle comments about family dynamics that wouldn't become significant until later. "Dad's always been intense about certain things," Trevor told Ashley's brother. "Mom's the one who really holds our family together." Derek spotted Jessica Chong near the edge of the reception area, discreetly photographing Connor's interactions with Holly and the Crenshaw family. True to her word, she was documenting evidence of the conspiracy Derek would need later. Emma stayed close to Derek throughout the cocktail hour, her earlier confidence fading as she absorbed the subtle disapproval radiating from various family members. Derek noticed Judge Crenshaw's wife making pointed comments about age-appropriate attire for children, while Marlena Crenshaw asked Emma probing questions about her relationship with her father. "Do you and your daddy spend a lot of time together?" Marlena asked with false sweetness. "We work on art projects in his office," Emma replied honestly. "He hangs my paintings on his walls." "How special. Does your mommy join these art sessions?" Emma's face clouded. "Mom says art is a waste of time. She doesn't like my pictures." Derek intervened before Marlena could probe further, but he'd seen enough. They were building a case that Derek's relationship with Emma was inappropriately exclusive, that he was alienating her from Holly, while encouraging activities Holly disapproved of. Dinner proceeded with Derek and Emma seated at the family table beside Holly and Trevor. The seating arrangement had been carefully planned. Derek and Emma on one side, Holly and Trevor on the other, with a visual separation clear to anyone photographing the reception. During dinner, Derek's phone buzzed with a text from Jessica. "Connor just received a signal from Mrs. W. Whatever they're planning starts soon." Derek excused himself for the restroom, using the opportunity to position himself where he could observe the room's dynamics. He spotted Connor moving toward the band setup, speaking quietly with the DJ. Holly was checking her watch repeatedly, her nervous energy building towards something significant. When Derek returned to the table, he found Emma looking distressed. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" "Mom was telling Grandma Crenshaw about my art," Emma whispered. "She said you spoil me too much and that I need to learn disappointment." Derek felt his carefully controlled temper flare, but he maintained his calm exterior. "What did Grandma Crenshaw say?" She agreed. She said fathers sometimes don't understand appropriate boundaries with daughters. Emma's voice was barely audible. "Dad, what's a boundary?" Derek looked across the table at Holly, who was watching their conversation with barely concealed satisfaction. She was systematically poisoning Emma's relationships while positioning herself as the reasonable parent concerned about Derek's judgment. Emma, Derek said carefully, boundaries are important between adults and children, but love, support, and encouragement are never inappropriate between fathers and daughters. The DJ's voice interrupted Derek's explanation. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slow things down now for a very special dance. Would all married couples please join the bride and groom on the dance floor? Derek stood to escort Holly to the dance floor, but she waved him off. I need to touch on my makeup. Go ahead and dance with Emma. You two seem to enjoy each other's company more than I enjoy yours anyway. The comment was delivered with a smile for surrounding guests, but the poison was unmistakable. Derek felt the trap closing around him as other couples moved onto the dance floor. If he danced with Emma now, it would support Holly's narrative about inappropriate priorities. If he refused, he'd disappoint his daughter in front of the entire wedding reception. Derek made his choice, extending his hand to Emma. Would you like to dance, sweetheart? Emma's face lit up with genuine joy as they moved onto the dance floor. Other couples swayed to romantic music, while Derek carefully maintained appropriate distance with his 11-year-old daughter, simply sharing a sweet family moment that should have been completely innocent. That's when Connor Blaze made his move. Excuse me, Connor said, approaching Derek and Emma on the dance floor. I think I need to cut in. Derek stopped dancing, keeping Emma protectively beside him. I'm sorry. Holly and I need to have a conversation about her priorities, Connor announced loudly enough for nearby couples to hear. She's been neglecting her marriage to focus on other relationships. The implication hit Derek like a physical blow. Connor was suggesting that Derek's relationship with Emma was somehow inappropriate, that Holly was justified in seeking attention elsewhere because her husband was overly focused on their daughter. I think you're confused, Derek said evenly. The rage was building behind his calm exterior. Am I? Holly tells me you spend every evening in your office with Emma, that you buy her expensive gifts while ignoring your wife's needs. Connor's voice carried across the dance floor, drawing attention from other couples and guests at nearby tables. Derek felt Emma's hand tighten in his as she sensed the danger in Connor's words. Around them, other couples had stopped dancing to watch the confrontation unfold. I think you should leave, Derek said quietly. Actually, I think Holly should leave with me. She deserves a man who appreciates her, instead of obsessing over his daughter like some kind of... Derek's military training kicked in before Connor could finish the sentence. In one fluid motion, Derek released Emma's hand, stepped forward, and delivered a precise strike to Connor's throat that dropped him to his knees without making a sound. The dance floor erupted in chaos as guests screamed and scattered. Connor clutched his throat, gasping for air but unable to speak. Derek stood over him with the calm of a man who neutralized threats more dangerous than a sculptor with delusions of courage. Derek, Holly screamed, running onto the dance floor. What have you done? Judge Crenshaw appeared beside Holly, his face grave with judicial authority. Mr. Whitmore, I witnessed you assault this man without provocation. Derek looked around the dance floor, seeing exactly what Holly had orchestrated. Dozens of witnesses, multiple photographers, and a federal judge had all witnessed Derek apparently losing his temper and attacking an innocent wedding guest. It was perfect evidence for Holly's divorce proceedings. Proof that Derek was violent, unstable, and potentially dangerous to his family. Emma stood frozen in the center of the chaos, tears streaming down her face as she watched her father become the villain in a story she didn't understand. Dad, Emma whispered, reaching toward Derek. Stay away from him, Emma, Holly commanded, positioning herself between Derek and their daughter. He's dangerous. Trevor appeared beside Holly, his face a mask of righteous anger. Dad, you need to leave. Now, before someone calls the police, Derek looked at his son, the golden child he'd supported through Harvard Law School, whose wedding he financed without question, and saw nothing but cold calculation. Trevor wasn't shocked by Derek's violence. He was satisfied by it. Vincent Torino pushed through the crowd, helping Connor to his feet. I think we should call the authorities, Vincent announced. This man just committed assault in front of 50 witnesses. Derek realized Vincent had been part of the setup all along. His morning confession had been theater designed to make Derek trust him, while positioning Vincent to document the planned confrontation. I'm calling 911, Judge Crenshaw declared, producing his phone with theatrical authority. Derek looked around the circle of faces. Holly's triumphant satisfaction, Trevor's cold approval, Connor's gasping recovery, the Crenshaw family's coordinated outrage, Vincent's false concern. They had orchestrated this moment perfectly, turning Derek's love for Emma into evidence of his dangerous instability. But as Derek stood in the center of their trap, watching Emma cry in confusion and fear, he felt something unexpected, relief. For the first time in months, Derek saw his enemies clearly. No more wondering about Holly's loyalty. No more hoping Trevor would remember his father's love. No more questioning his own perceptions. Holly, Trevor, Connor, and their accomplices had declared war on Derek and Emma. Now Derek could stop pretending they were family and start treating them as what they truly were. Enemies who had earned his complete and ruthless attention. "You're right," Derek said calmly, addressing the assembled crowd. "I should leave." Derek walked past Connor, who was still clutching his throat and glaring with hatred. He paused beside Holly, speaking quietly enough that only she could hear. "Congratulations on your performance. I hope you enjoyed it, because it's the last time you'll ever surprise me." Derek knelt beside Emma, who was trembling in her beautiful navy dress. "Emma, I need you to listen carefully. None of this is your fault, and none of this changes how much I love you." "Derek, get away from her," Holly snapped. "You're scaring her." Derek stood slowly, his eyes moving from Holly to Trevor to Connor, and finally to Judge Crenshaw.
Bum 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 bum.
"Holly, I think you'll find that proving I'm an unfit father is more than you assumed." Derek walked up
Why'd you do that, bro?
club with the dignity of a man who'd finally seen his enemies clearly. Behind him, Holly was already spinning the story for gathered guests, painting herself as the long-suffering wife finally freed from her dangerous husband's control. But Derek was no longer the confused, betrayed husband Holly thought she destroyed. He was a military intelligence operative and professional investigator who'd been handed the perfect motivation for the kind of warfare that had made him legendary in his profession. Holly wanted a divorce? She'd get one on Derek's terms. Trevor wanted to side with his mother? He'd learned what choosing sides against Derek Whitmore actually cost. Connor wanted Holly? He'd discovered that Derek's patience had limits, and those limits had been permanently exceeded. The wedding was over, but the war...
There's a blueberry behind us.
Chapter 6. The night she lost everything. Derek drove home in the silence of a sedan, his hands steady on the wheel despite the adrenaline still coursing through his system. The country club receded in his rearview mirror, along with 20 years of illusions about his family. For the first time since discovering Holly's affair, Derek felt completely clear about his path forward. He had perhaps 6 hours before Holly returned home with Emma, probably accompanied by Trevor, and possibly some of the Crenshaw family for moral support. 6 hours to transform his house from a family home into a fortress. 6 hours to implement the first phase of a war plan that would systematically destroy everyone who had betrayed him. Derek's first stop was his home office, where Emma's paintings covered the walls like accusations of innocence in a world that had shown none. He removed every piece of Emma's artwork, carefully packing them in protective sleeves. If Holly gained temporary custody through her manufactured evidence, Derek wouldn't leave his daughter's creations vulnerable to Holly's resentment.
Ladies, listen up. The video showing the pink salt trick that melts belly fat while you sleep has already passed 20...
Next, Derek accessed his professional surveillance equipment, cameras, recording
Look at
devices,
this room right
tracking
here.
technology
So
with his investigation firm
crazy.
for corporate espionage cases. If Holly wanted to play games with evidence, Derek would ensure every conversation in his house was documented from this point forward. While installing hidden cameras throughout the main floor, Derek's phone rang. The caller ID showed Patricia Vance, his attorney. "Derek, I just received an emergency call from Judge Crenshaw. He's filing a restraining order against you, claiming you assaulted a wedding guest and pose a danger to your family." Derek continued adjusting a micro camera while speaking. "Patricia, I want you to request all video footage from tonight's wedding. The country club has security cameras, and I guarantee multiple guests recorded the incident. I also want background checks on Connor Blaze, Vincent Torino, and all members of the Crenshaw family. Derek, you need to take this seriously. Judge Crenshaw has significant influence in family court if he's willing to testify against you. Patricia, Judge Crenshaw's daughter, marry my son tonight. His financial interests are aligned with Holly's divorce settlement, not with justice." Derek paused his work, focusing completely on the phone call. "How quickly can you get me emergency custody of Emma?" "Custody? Derek, you just assaulted someone at a wedding. No judge is going to award you custody right now. I defended myself against a coordinated attack designed to frame me as an unstable father. There's a difference." Derek resumed installing equipment. "Patricia, I'm going to send you evidence over the next few days that will change your perspective on the situation. Holly isn't the victim here. Emma is." Derek ended the call and continued his preparations. By midnight, His house was equipped with comprehensive surveillance that would capture every conversation, every movement, every moment of Holly's performance when she returned. Derek's phone buzzed with a text from Jessica Chong. Mrs. W stayed at the club with Connor. They're planning something for tomorrow morning. Thought you should know. Derek typed back. Document everything. I'll make it worth your while.
There's the blueberry.
Derek sat at his office reviewing the evidence he'd accumulated over the past week. Financial records showing Holly's secret spending. Vincent Torino's confession about fabricating surveillance evidence. Legal documents proving Holly's planned divorce strategy. But Derek needed more than evidence. He needed leverage that would force his enemies into positions where their own actions would destroy them. Derek opened his laptop and began typing emails to contacts throughout his professional network. Military intelligence had taught Derek that successful warfare required intelligence, strategy, and overwhelming force applied at precisely the right moment. Holly and her accomplices had given Derek the intelligence he needed through their own arrogance. Now he needed to gather the resources for total victory. The first email went to Marcus Chun, a forensic accountant who specialized in hidden assets and financial fraud. Marcus, I need complete financial analysis of Connor Blaze Studios and Crenshaw Family Investments.
Get off the damn horse. Come on.
Payment double your usual rate. The second email went to Rachel Torres, a private investigator who handled cases too sensitive for Derek's own firm. Rachel, I need deep background on Vincent Torino, finances, clients, potential compromising situations. Also needs
that got me.
Holly Whitmore and Connor Blaze starting immediately. The third email was the most important, sent to Colonel James Mitchell, Derek's former commanding officer, who now worked in military contract security. Jim, I need a cash and some old favors. My family has been compromised, and I need resources beyond civilian investigation. Call me when you get this. Derek spent the next hour documenting his family's betrayal in precise detail. Dates, times, financial amounts, witness statements. He created a comprehensive file that read like a military intelligence briefing, complete with threat assessments and strategic recommendations. At 3 a.m., Derek's secure phone rang. Colonel Mitchell's voice came through with the familiar authority Derek remembered from their military service. Derek, I got your message. What kind of compromise are we talking about? Derek explained the situation in the clinical language of military briefing. Enemy assets embedded in his family unit. Coordinated psychological warfare against his daughter. Financial theft disguised as marital assets. Fabricated evidence designed to destroy his custody rights. Jesus, Derek, your own family. Not family anymore, Jim. Enemy combatants who happen to share my name. Derek paused. I need this handled quietly, but completely. No civilians harmed, but I want these people neutralized as threats to my daughter. I can have a team in your area by Monday. Corporate security consultants. Completely clean backgrounds. What's your mission objective? Complete victory. I want Holly's affair exposed publicly. Connor Blaze's studio destroyed financially. The Crenshaw family's reputation ruined. And Trevor. Trevor needs to learn what betraying family actually costs. Derek, you're talking about some serious, scorched earth tactics. Are you sure this is the path you want? Derek looked around his office. Emma's paintings now safely secured, while hidden cameras prepare to document Holly's return. Jim, they used my daughter as a weapon against me. They've spent years psychologically abusing an 11-year-old girl to support their financial schemes. I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
Understood. We'll discuss operational details Monday morning. Derek, stay sharp. People this manipulative don't give up easily. Derek ended the call feeling something he hadn't experienced since his military service. The calm certainty of a soldier who knew exactly what needed to be done and had the resources to accomplish it. At 4 a.m.,
oh god, there's more blueberries.
Into his driveway. Through his newly installed surveillance system, he watched Holly emerge from Connor's BMW, followed by Trevor from his own car. They spoke quietly on the front porch before Holly used her key to enter. Derek remained in his office, listening through hidden microphones as Holly and Trevor moved through the house. I can't believe he actually hit Connor, Trevor was saying. The whole country club saw it. It was perfect, Holly replied. Judge Crenshaw is filing restraining orders first thing Monday morning. Derek won't be allowed near Emma until the custody evaluation is complete. And how long will that take? Dr. Patricia Caldwell is handling the evaluation. She owes Marlena some favors from their divorce work. 6 months minimum, probably longer if Derek can test the findings. Derek's surveillance system captured every word while he took careful notes. Dr. Patricia Caldwell, another name for his investigation team to research. What about Emma? Trevor asked. She seemed pretty upset when we left. Emma will adjust. Once Derek's out of the picture, she'll realize how much better off we all are. Holly's voice carried a coldness Derek had never heard before. Besides, Connor thinks Emma has been manipulated by Derek's attention. She needs to learn independence. Derek felt his carefully controlled rage crystallize into something infinitely more dangerous. Holly wasn't just planning to take Emma away from him. She was planning to systematically destroy his daughter's self-confidence, while positioning Connor as a replacement father figure. Mom, Trevor said quietly, what if Dad fights this harder than we expected? What if he doesn't just accept the custody arrangement? Holly laughed, a sound Derek realized he'd grown to hate. Trevor, your father is a control freak who just lost control of everything that matters to him. Men like Derek don't handle powerlessness well. He'll either break down or do something stupid that proves he's exactly as dangerous as we're claiming. And if he doesn't break down, then we make sure he does something stupid. Connor has friends who specialize in provoking people like your father. If Derek won't cooperate with his own destruction, we'll force him into it. Derek's surveillance equipment captured Holly's admission that she was planning to provoke him into further violence. Evidence that would prove the wedding incident was part of a coordinated setup. But more importantly, Holly had just threatened to use friends to manipulate Derek into actions that would justify taking Emma away permanently. Derek had her enough. His enemies had revealed their complete strategy while believing they were safe in his own home. Holly, Trevor, and their accomplices had no idea they were now speaking directly into military-grade surveillance equipment that would document every word of their conspiracy. At 5 a.m., Holly and Trevor finally went to their respective bedrooms. Derek waited another hour before moving through his house, checking every camera angle and microphone placement. His home was now a perfect trap designed to capture every moment of his family's betrayal. Derek returned to his office and opened a new file on his computer, Operation Family Justice. For the next hour, he outlined a comprehensive plan that would systematically destroy everyone who had threatened his relationship with Emma. Phase 1, document everything. Let Holly and her accomplices believe they were winning while recording evidence of their conspiracy. Phase 2, coordinate with professional resources to investigate financial crimes, ethical violations, and potential legal charges against all involved parties. Phase 3, strike simultaneously at every aspect of his enemies' lives: professional reputation, financial security, legal standing, and social relationships. Phase 4, ensure Emma's safety and Derek's custody rights through overwhelming evidence of Holly's unfitness as a mother. Derek had no intention of fighting this battle in family court where judges could be influenced by the Crenshaw family's connections. Instead, he would destroy his enemies so completely that custody of Emma would be academic. Holly would be too busy dealing with criminal charges and financial ruin to contest custody of anyone. As Sunday morning dawned, Derek felt the familiar calm of a soldier preparing for war. Holly, Trevor, Connor, and the Crenshaw family had made a fatal error in judgment. They treated Derek like a victim instead of recognizing him as a predator who'd temporarily forgotten how dangerous he could be. They wanted to see Derek lose control. They were about to discover what Derek Whitmore looked like when he maintained perfect control while destroying everything his enemies held dear. The wedding had been their victory. Now Derek would show them what his victory looked like. Chapter 7. The unraveling begins. Monday morning arrived with unseasonable rain, the kind that turns expensive lawns into muddy reminders that nature doesn't respect human pretensions. Derek had been awake since 4 a.m., monitoring his surveillance feeds and reviewing the weekend's intelligence, while Holly slept peacefully in their bed, unaware that her every whispered phone conversation was being recorded. At exactly 7 a.m., Derek's secure phone rang.
What happens to the leftover pieces from fruit leather when Peaceful Fruits cuts their snacks into fun shapes like monsters and...
Colonel Mitchell's voice carried the crisp efficiency of military operations. Derek, my team landed 2 hours ago. We've established a command post at the Marriott downtown under corporate security consultation covers. What's your immediate tactical need? Full surveillance on all principals. Holly, Connor, Trevor, the Crenshaw family, and Vincent Torino. I want their communications monitored, their financial activities tracked, and their movements documented. Derek paused, watching Holly through his hidden cameras as she prepared coffee with unusual nervousness. Also, I need information warfare capabilities. These people destroy my reputation publicly. I want theirs obliterated professionally. Understood. My tech specialist is already penetrating their digital communications. Connor Blaze's studio has remarkably poor cybersecurity for someone involved in financial crimes. Derek felt his first genuine smile in days. Financial crimes? Your friend Marcus Chun forwarded his preliminary findings. Connor Blaze Studios has been laundering money through art sales, specifically purchasing expensive pieces with cash, then reselling them to create clean transaction histories. The buyers are shell companies connected to offshore accounts. Derek processed this information, understanding immediately how it connected to Holly's conspiracy. How much money are we talking about?
There's something here.
Conservative estimate? $3 million over the past 2 years. Your wife has been funding this operation through the secret credit card.
I got a card.
Using your business as collateral. Derek felt the pieces clicking into place with mathematical precision. Holly wasn't just having an
I got the card before you started it.
She was financing a money laundering operation using Derek's business assets as collateral. When she divorced Derek and claimed half his assets, she'd be positioning Connor to access legitimate business funds for their expanded criminal enterprise. Jim, I want Connor Blaze destroyed by Friday. Financially, legally, and professionally. Can your team make that happen? Derek, we're not wet work specialists. We do corporate security and intelligence. I'm not asking you to hurt anyone physically. I'm asking you to ensure that Connor Blaze's criminal activities receive appropriate attention from federal authorities, while his business partnerships dissolve due to sudden revelations about his character. Colonel Mitchell was quiet for a moment that we can handle. What about your immediate family situation? Derek checked his surveillance monitors, watching Holly speak on the phone in hushed tones while Trevor ate breakfast and ignored his mother's obvious distress. Holly thinks she has 6 months to complete Emma's psychological manipulation while I'm restricted by custody arrangements. She doesn't realize I'm documenting every moment of child abuse that occurs in this house. Derek's voice hardened. By Thursday, I want Emma safely in my custody, while Holly deals with criminal charges that make custody hearings irrelevant. Understood. Derek, what about your son? Trevor's involvement in this conspiracy puts him in legal jeopardy too. Derek watched Trevor through the kitchen camera, noting his son's casual participation in conversation that assumed Derek's complete destruction. Trevor had chosen his side with full knowledge of the consequences. Trevor is an adult who made adult choices. He gets adult consequences. At 8 a.m., Derek's office phone rang with a call from Patricia Vance. Derek, Judge Crenshaw filed emergency custody restrictions this morning. You're prohibited from unsupervised contact with Emma pending a full psychological evaluation. The evaluation has been expedited. Dr. Patricia Caldwell will begin assessments Thursday. Derek smiled grimly. Holly's plan was proceeding exactly as his surveillance had captured her discussing. Patricia, I want you to request Dr. Caldwell's complete client history, financial records, and any previous relationships with the Crenshaw family. I also want immediate motions filed challenging Judge Crenshaw's authority to hear this case given his family's financial interest in the outcome. Derek, challenging a federal judge requires extraordinary evidence of conflict of interest. Patricia, by Wednesday, I'll provide you with evidence that Judge Crenshaw's family has been actively participating in a conspiracy to defraud me of marital assets while manufacturing evidence to support custody restrictions. The conflict of interest won't be disputed. It will be criminal. Patricia was quiet for a long moment. Derek, what exactly are you planning? I'm planning to protect my daughter from people who've been psychologically abusing her while stealing my money to finance their criminal enterprises. Everything beyond, that is just legal housekeeping. Derek ended the call and immediately contacted Marcus Chun. Marcus, I need accelerated analysis on all financial connections between the Crenshaw family investments and Connor Blaze Studios. Also, Dr. Patricia Caldwell, any financial relationships with parties involved in my case? Derek, I've been working on this since Saturday. The connections are extensive and clearly criminal. Judge Crenshaw's investment portfolio includes 3 shell companies that have purchased art from Connor Blaze at dramatically inflated prices. Dr. Caldwell has received consulting payments from Marlena Crenshaw's divorce practice, totaling $180,000
There's a blueberry up here.
over the past year. Derek felt the satisfaction of a chess player seeing his opponent's moves 3 turns ahead. Marcus prepared complete documentation for federal authorities. Money laundering, judicial corruption, professional ethics violations. I want charges filed against everyone involved by Thursday morning. Derek, Evidence of this scope usually takes months to compile for federal prosecution. Marcus, I'm not waiting months while my daughter suffers psychological abuse from people who've been stealing my money to finance their crimes. Thursday morning, or I handle this situation through less official channels. Derek, we track Holly's vehicle to a motel outside city limits. She's accompanied by Connor Blaze and 2 unidentified males, likely the same men who were pressuring Connor yesterday. Emma appears unharmed, but obviously distressed. Derek felt predatory calm replaced panic. Holly had made the fatal error of running instead of fighting, transforming a complex custody dispute into a clear kidnapping case that would destroy any remaining sympathy for her position. Jim, what's our tactical situation? Local authorities have been notified through FBI channels. Kidnapping across state lines brings federal jurisdiction. Holly's motel is surrounded, but we're maintaining distance to avoid escalating the situation with Emma present. Derek was already dressing, his mind shifting into the operational mode that had made him lethal in military intelligence. Timeline for resolution. Holly's making calls to offshore accounts, trying to access funds that no longer exist. Connor's in full panic mode, demanding immediate evacuation that Holly can't provide. They'll either surrender within hours or attempt to run without resources. Derek understood the psychology perfectly. Holly had planned an elaborate long-term conspiracy, but lacked contingencies for rapid exposure. Now she was trapped in a motel with a panicking accomplice, a terrified daughter, and no exit strategy. Jim, I want this ended before Emma suffers more trauma. What do we need for immediate resolution? Holly's phone calls are being monitored. She's trying to contact Vincent Torino for extraction assistance, but Vincent's already in federal custody for fraud charges filed this morning. Dr. Caldwell is refusing contact after her medical license was suspended yesterday. Holly's completely isolated. Derek felt satisfaction knowing his systematic destruction of Holly's support network was now protecting Emma from prolonged captivity. What about the Crenshaw family? Judge Crenshaw recused himself from all related cases yesterday.
Knock him out. Knock him out.
Investigators questioned him about financial irregularities. Marlena Crenshaw's law practice is under federal investigation for money laundering connections. Ashley Crenshaw filed for emergency annulment of her marriage to Trevor this morning. Derek processed this information, understanding that Trevor's new marriage had collapsed within 72 hours of the ceremony Derek had financed. Where's Trevor now? Trevor's at your house, apparently waiting for you. Our surveillance suggests he's unaware of Holly's kidnapping attempt. Derek drove home with grim purpose. Trevor had participated in the conspiracy to destroy Derek's relationship with Emma, but kidnapping was a line Trevor hadn't crossed yet. Derek would give his son one opportunity to choose family over the criminal enterprise he'd supported. Derek found Trevor in the kitchen, scrolling through his phone with a casual indifference that had characterized his attitude throughout the conspiracy. Trevor looked up as Derek entered, his face showing neither surprise nor concern. Dad, where's Mom and Emma? Derek studied his son's expression, looking for signs of genuine ignorance versus calculated performance. Trevor's micro-expressions suggested real confusion, indicating he hadn't been informed of Holly's escalation. Trevor, your mother kidnapped Emma early this morning. She's currently in federal custody pending charges for kidnapping, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit fraud. Trevor's phone clattered to the kitchen table. What? Dad, that's impossible. Mom wouldn't. Trevor, I have months of surveillance footage documenting your mother's affair with Connor Blaze, their money laundering operation, and the conspiracy to fabricate evidence
Good
against me in
Lord,
custody
save me.
proceedings. You've been an active participant in most of these crimes. Derek watched his son's face cycle through confusion, denial, and growing recognition as the full scope of Holly's activities became clear. Dad, I didn't know about any kidnapping. I thought Mom was just trying to protect Emma from your anger issues. Derek felt a moment of genuine sadness for the son he'd raised to have better judgment than this. Trevor, you witnessed me being provoked into violence by a coordinated setup designed to make me appear dangerous. You knew Holly was having an affair and using my money to finance it. You participated in psychological abuse of your 11-year-old sister to support Holly's custody claims. Trevor's face flushed with the angry defensiveness of someone confronting their own moral failures. Emma gets too much attention. You spoil her while I have to work for everything. Trevor, you graduated from Harvard Law School without student loans because I paid your complete education costs. You've received luxury cars, expensive vacations, and wedding financing that cost more than most people's houses. What exactly did you work for? Trevor stood from the kitchen table, his face contorting with years of suppressed resentment. K-12 makes going back to school easy.
Oh, there's a lot of ads.
Education that takes your child beyond the class. I work for your approval. Everything I accomplish, you find some way to make it about Emma instead. Emma's art, Emma's intelligence, Emma's future. What about my achievements? Derek recognized the poisonous psychology Holly had cultivated in their son. Competitive resentment against his own sister, entitlement masquerading as victimhood, and the fundamental selfishness that had made Trevor complicit in child abuse. Trevor, Emma is 11 years old. She's not your competition. She's your sister who needed protection from people trying to hurt her. You chose to join her abusers instead of defending her. I chose Mom's side because Mom actually pays attention to my needs, instead of obsessing over Emma like some kind of Derek's military training kicked in before Trevor could finish the sentence that would have permanently ended their relationship. Instead of responding with violence, Derek simply stared at his son, until Trevor's words died in uncomfortable silence. Trevor, you have exactly one opportunity to redeem yourself. Your mother has kidnapped Emma and is facing federal charges that will result in decades in prison. You can either cooperate with authorities to help rescue your sister, or you can continue supporting criminals who are traumatizing a child. Trevor's phone buzzed with a text message. Derek watched his son's face go pale as he read the message. It's from Ashley. She's filing for annulment. Her family's lawyers say, I'm involved in criminal conspiracy, and the marriage needs immediate dissolution to protect their assets. Derek felt no sympathy for Trevor's shock. Ashley's family discovered that Holly's conspiracy would expose them to federal investigation for judicial corruption. They're protecting themselves by abandoning you. Dad, what am I supposed to do? My marriage is over. Mom's apparently kidnapped Emma, and you're acting like I'm some kind of criminal. Derek looked at his son. The golden child he'd been so proud of, now revealed as someone willing to abuse his own sister for financial advantage, and felt only cold assessment. Trevor, you were some kind of criminal. You participated in conspiracy, fraud, and child abuse. The question is whether you're going to continue being a criminal or start being family. Derek's secure phone rang with an update from...
We did it! What? Girl meets farm. I didn't do nothing to him. I know. Yeah, let's not take... Let's not take anybody. Unless they start, let's not take anybody. Uh-huh. I know, right? He did look at me funny. Uh-huh. Like I said, I didn't do nothing to him. I didn't do nothing to him. I do it both. There's a blueberry. I'm gonna take some stew. There's another blueberry. Blueberry's getting into our camp. Dragging somebody. Why are you dragging somebody? He's not doing nothing to us. What the fuck? Maybe he's bringing us a present. He's putting on your horse. What the fuck? No. Uh-oh. 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 We're gonna have some trouble here. Uh-oh. Shane Grin? Shane, what? I have to look him up. He's only a level 5. gonna stay in by the thing. Oh, I'm just gonna. If you're gonna have your flag down, I'm gonna go to roads. Where's the fast travel? A level 5 is trying to beat a level... What level are you? 190? I'm in the post office. I can't believe a level 5 is trying to beat a level 358. I gotta get my horse in here. I don't want it to blow up. Yeah. Wait, he's got his posse over there? Jesus. I don't know why a level 5 picking fights for. Picking fights for. Yeah.
How are things for you? Only for you. Things going well? Being sober with a smile. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just let me know when your camp is, I know you're a butthead. I know you're Beavis. Turd nugget is what you are. Is your camp ready? I was just asking. Oh, all you can do is hiss. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know you do. Goofball. A big goofball. Your girlfriend can do that. My dog does that too. I'm back. Of course I was gone. You have to throw a party for me. Damn. Nah. I don't have to clean the mess. I pretty much went to sleep early last night, but the freaking boom boom boom, when it was boom boom boom, all I heard it last night is boom boom boom. If these people do, these people probably don't care about the fireworks being done being the 4th of July. These people around here probably will shoot tonight. Level 1000? Looking at the players now. Oh shit. Ah shit. We don't have no life too. I'm not cheater either. Cheater eater. Cheater eater. Get it? I don't want to get it right. I want to get it wrong. And wrong until I get it right. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my dog in. Cheater, cheater, the pumpkin eater. The party's just begun. Peter, Peter, the pumpkin eater. No, I heard it before. Peter, Peter, the pumpkin eater. The party's just begun. I know. Don't push my buttons. Don't push my buttons. Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke. No. You owe me a Dr. Pepper. I'm coming. I hope that level 1000 doesn't show the fuck up in our, in bias, you know? MOUSC. And Betty. I'm coming. I gotta get my horse. I'm almost... Come on, horsey. MOCKEYMOUSC. Mom started it. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm innocent. Innocent. Bullshit. I'm innocent. I'm fucking innocent. I'm innocent. He wouldn't agree with your ass. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm not evil. Fucking idiot. Where you going? My dog. I got some XP for that. Yeah. What can I make? What can I make? I gotta make some coffee. It is. Guys are mine's in the gutter too. I'm pet that dog. See you guys in the next video. Bye!